The Typhur wireless thermometer, one take. All right, so I have waited to do this review because I wanted to make sure that I spent a considerable amount of time actually using this product. So these temp probes are stored in the back of the base, and the base charges the two temp probes. This probe has 6 sensors, 5 internal and 1 ambient, and the algorithm will give you the lowest possible temp. So when you think about when the probe is actually entered into the meat, this gives you 5 different temp readings, especially if you're in competition. And the beauty about this feature is you can actually see what temp each sensor is reading within the app. Now, if you think about some of the competitor probes where they only have 1 sensor at the very tip, and anybody who's barbecued know that you can run into hot spots. If that 1 sensor gets an inaccurate reading, it's gonna throw off your entire cook. The second game changer, and Typhur did not skip here, is the fact that they are using Bluetooth 5.4 technology. In my experience using temp probes and doing briskets, especially when I wrap in foil and then put back in the smoker, those double layers of metal is gonna cause interference and you'll lose connection between the probe and your base. I have not ran into this problem with Typhur. If you've ever wrapped a brisket in foil with a temp probe, sometimes that heavy duty foil in combination with your smoker wall will cause a lot of interference. The fact that they're using 5.4 Bluetooth technology with light obstacles, you can get up to 400 feet range between the thermometer and the base. All right, so the next feature I want to talk about actually ended up being one of my favorite features, and I didn't really think it would. Typhur can be used with your phone. And when you combine the Bluetooth 5.4 technology with Wi-Fi, you can actually monitor your cooks from anywhere. I'm a techie person by nature, so I originally thought that my preferred method for using the Typhur was going to be via the Typhur app and using the in-app. But you can use the Typhur system 2 different ways. You can use this standalone with just the base, or you can use it on the app. One of my biggest issues with the meter system, and unfortunately I do not have AA batteries. While we're on the topic, the Typhur system charges via USB-C, whereas a lot of the competitors require you to keep batteries, but I digress. This is the menu on the meter system. You can use this standalone, and I've actually found that this is my preferred method to start a cook. I will insert the probe into the meat that I'm cooking, set all my parameters on the base, and I can get to the app and I can make adjustments. I can set alerts if the ambient temperature goes higher or lower than my desired amount. Just a reminder that this charges via USB-C, and these are very fast charging. So you can charge these probes in the base for 2 minutes, and these probes will last you up to a 2-hour cook. So there's no long charging times, especially if you're cooking a lot of stuff. A long cook, these actually do last. The Typhur app standalone is in a league all by itself. There's a professional mode, especially if you're in the barbecue competitions, where you can actually see the 6 different temperatures that your probe is using. So if you're doing a brisket and you're got your probe inserted into the flat or the point, you immediately can identify which areas are cooking hotter or colder than others. And the other thing I want to mention is Typhur takes a lot of attention to detail in making sure that their products are constantly updated with the latest firmware. And all the updates to the base are done over the air via the app. All right, so if I were to get a cook started, I would simply unplug whichever probe I'd want to use, select this to select which probe. If I want to go 206, I'll set my temperature at 206 and I'm ready to go. And this reading here, keep in mind that's giving you the lowest possible temperature, reading those 5 sensors that are within the probe. That's gonna give you your target temperature, obviously, and this is gonna give you the ambient temperature of your grill or oven. Let's have the honest conversation. Meter or Typhur? I have used, as you can see, and anyone who's followed me knows, the meter system was my go-to for a number of years. I will tell you the connectivity issues when I would use a more heavy-duty smoker in tandem with aluminum foil caused me issues from a reading perspective. And when I say reading, I mean temp reading. But I think above all, if I'm just being honest, the customer service aspect and the attention to detail of their own product, Typhur wins hands down. I've reached out to Typhur customer service many times. Unfortunately, I have not had that same feedback reaching out to Meter. I'm not knocking Meter. If you're using a Meter product and it's been working for you, continue to do so. The other game changer for me between the 2 systems were the batteries. I'm a heavy brisket person, and if you've used this during a brisket cook, it's basically gonna take you about 4 AA batteries to actually cook your brisket and to charge the 4 probes up after you're done. The fact that I can charge this with the same cord I charge my cell phone with is a game changer. If you've watched any of my content, you've seen me put the Typhur system to use. Definitely comment below if you have any questions. I'll definitely chime in with some answers. You can visit www.typhur.com to purchase yours.